What's up everybody? Now that the 2019 Archives event has come to a close and the new Havana map has already hit live servers, one of the next big things we have to look forward to is the upcoming 2019 anniversary event, which is going to be here pretty soon. Now, I already made a video covering what we can expect for the event's start date and the other sort of content which will be coming along with it, but in this video I wanted to focus specifically on the brand new skins we could be getting for Overwatch's various heroes. This is Master Ian Gamer, and let's get into it. To start off, let's take a look at a skin which I'm sure most, if not all of you have seen before, and that's Formal Wrecking Ball. Heavily inspired from Doomfist's formal skin from last year's anniversary event, this look is absolutely fantastic. Now, I will admit that there is some similarity here to the High Roller skin he got during the Archives event, but I definitely think that each of them is unique enough that Blizzard could end up adding both of them. I mean, High Roller is more of what you'd wear when going to a casino to blow a load of cash, whereas Formal is more of something you'd wear to a fancy party to show off to your friends that you are in fact once and for all objectively better than them, and that you will be taking all their dates home with you tonight. Overall, a fantastic looking skin, and one that I absolutely hope will one day make it into the game. Moving on now, we have another classic skin which many have been wanting for years at this point, and that's Magician Genji. I do have to admit that this skin is incredibly fitting for him, and the fact that he hasn't gotten a skin in over a year at this point makes me think that Anniversary could be his time to shine with a very unique and awesome looking skin like this. His sword is replaced with a magic wand cane. The shurikens are playing cards which slide up his sleeves. Overall, it just fits him so well that honestly it would be a crime if Blizzard never ended up giving him a skin like this. I have high hopes for a skin like this, and I know many other people do as well, which is why I just had to have him on this list, even though a lot of people have speculated it before, and it's one that, again, most of you are probably familiar with. Now, speaking of Genji, and specifically referencing his Sentai skin from past anniversary events, the next skin concept I have on my list is Sentai Cat Brigitta. Now, this skin is amazing in my opinion. It fits her cat theme, which is so far disappointingly absent from any of her in-game skins. It also fits the idea of her being an armored hero or savior, and I could easily see that translated into the Power Rangers sort of idea, like what they've done here. Brigitta is another hero who doesn't have a whole ton of skins at this point, and definitely doesn't have any of these sort of like absurd, sort of like fun skins, which is why I think this would be a perfect idea for her to get, and as I said, it would fit with the idea of Genji's Sentai skin from previous anniversary events. So who knows, maybe Blizzard could start building up a collection of Sentai skin heroes. You'd have Brigitta, Genji, maybe some other heroes would even end up getting them as well. For example, I could see Sentai Tracer, Sentai Diva, Sentai Soldier 76, Sentai Reinhardt, Sentai Roadhog? Heck, why not even Sentai Ana? Give a Sentai skin to everybody, why don't ya? If you were to compile a bunch of things that Overwatch is currently lacking, I would say that Power Rangers are probably one of the things that fit on that list. So while the Brigitte one is my favorite of the Sentai concepts I've seen people make so far, there's definitely no end to other heroes which could get very similar skins to fit into the overall sort of Power Rangers aesthetic. Moving on now to a group of skin ideas, all done by the same artist, we have what I call the Pirate Collection by Excited. He's done a ton of fantastic Overwatch concept artwork, and these are some of his pirate skins he's done for various heroes. Starting off, let's take a look at Orisa. Overall, I love the use of sort of like the ship paneling and barrel texture on her arms and torso. Of course, her head is shaped to look like a pirate hat. The supercharger on her back is a big old cannon, and she even has peg legs in the back. I don't know what else you could ask for. An incredibly fitting aesthetic for Orisa, and given that we've seen Junkrat get a pirate-themed skin in last year's anniversary event, it seems quite likely that we could be getting more pirate-themed skins moving forward, which is why I've got my fingers crossed for either something like this Orisa skin, or the next one Excited did, which is Pirate Bastion. Once again, I love the detailing on it. The shark jaws on the front that just makes up the front of his torso looks super cool. He's got the woodwork and the barrels all over him, definitely making him stand out as a pirate-themed character. And of course, Ganymede the parrot, perched right there on his shoulder to help him steer the ship. But as much as I love these Orisa and Bastion pirate skins, the one that takes the cake for me personally is Pirate Wrecking Ball, with his crab mech. Hammond himself, of course, has a very stylish beard and eye patch along with the iconic pirate hat, but the mech itself is what I think really steals the show here in this skin, which is a colossal crab with sort of like pirate ship hybrid components inside of it. The claws themselves have these big old ship cannons in them with the barrels attached to the side and the water being fed in as ammo. Overall, I just love the aesthetic of this sort of like crab pirate ship hybrid creature abomination thing. I've talked about the idea of Wrecking Ball getting a crab skin in the past, and I think this skin does a great job of incorporating both the pirate theme and the crab theme into what overall looks like a fantastic design. And next up, similar to the pirate theme, but not quite the same, we have Deep Sea Diver Reinhardt. This is an idea I have brought up in the past, and I just love the concept of it so much that I would love to see somebody actually either make like a full-on concept artwork of it, or just have Blizzard themselves flat out release the skin, which they definitely should. But in short, it's Reinhardt in a bulky, antique deep sea diver outfit, with of course his normal helmet being replaced by the iconic diver's helmet, and his hammer of course would be replaced with a massive long anchor. The booster on his back and hammer could even be replaced with propellers to fit with the idea of him being underwater, and overall I think this concept has so much potential for an actual in-game skin that I'm really hoping he gets something along these lines. This has probably been one of my personally most anticipated new hero skins for a while at this point, so I'll be keeping my fingers crossed to see it making its way into the game at some point sooner or later. I could also easily see it working as a summer games skin if they decide to go with a much more beachy or aquatic theme this year, but either way, a great idea and one that I would love to see added. Moving on to another sort of skin theme, we have Junker skins. Now, as many of you know, I'm a huge fan of the Junkers and the overall post-apocalyptic aesthetic, and I've talked about how maybe we could be getting Junker skins in future archive events if they have an archives event focused on like the Junkers or something in their storyline. But until that happens, why not throw them into the anniversary event? And to start, we have Junker Zarya. Zarya herself has almost sort of like an 80s greaser look, which I think is actually kind of fitting for her and just overall works well with the idea of this sort of post-apocalyptic Junker theme. The weapon itself looks very menacing with its car engine-like components, which I imagine means it's powered by guzzling as opposed to whatever sort of normal energy she uses. Overall, a very cool Zarya skin concept. And next up, we have Mad Jack. Very fitting for the Mad Max comparison that the Junkers have. And once again, an awesome looking wasteland post-apocalyptic skin where his muzzle has been replaced with some sort of air filter and goggles. And the weapon itself, of course, is made out of rusted metal with spikes on it. And overall, it's just an awesome looking skin. One that I would definitely love to have in game. And one which in a lot of ways I think would actually fit well with the idea of Soldier 76. There's a lot of thematic story similarities between him and the character Mad Max. So I think it would be awesome to get a sort of reference skin like this, which goes beyond just being referencing the Junkers and actually references the famous character specifically. And last for the Junker concepts, we have another Bastion skin, this time making him look like he's built out of scrapped vehicle parts and overall looking like a true wasteland menace. I gotta say, Bastion in particular is a prime candidate to get some sort of Junker-based skin at some point, whether it be in an anniversary event, an archives event, or whenever. So hopefully it's sooner than later, and I hope it looks as cool, if not even cooler, than the concept we have here. And last but far from least for this year's anniversary skin ideas, we have Indiana Jones McCree. Now once again, this is a skin which I've talked about in the past, and I have to bring it up again because I just love the aesthetic of it in this artwork, and it's such a fitting comparison. Of course, the skin itself couldn't actually be called Indiana Jones due to copyright and whatnot, but they could easily just call it like Archaeologist or Explorer McCree, and I think the idea would still come across just fine. He's got the iconic fedora and jacket, even got a little satchel at his side, or as we see in the artwork, it's just the holster. But given how famous the character Indiana Jones is, and once again the many similarities that him and McCree have, I think this is another example of a great crossover sort of skin, which maybe wouldn't be an official crossover since I doubt they would get the actual licensing rights to make it Indiana Jones, but still would make for a great in-game skin and reference to a very famous character. And that's all the skin ideas I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave your thoughts and hopes for what skins we could be getting with this year's anniversary event in the comments down below. Are you a fan of some of the ideas and artwork that I presented here in this video, or do you have your own ideas which I haven't even mentioned? mentioned. Either way, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to never miss any of my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.